is News 3 Now at 5.
Well, thanks for staying with us. Susan has a scheduled day off today. We continue to bring you the very latest coverage of COVID-19. Today, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services reported that more than 100 people have now tested positive. The governor also put restrictions on child care centers, saying no more than 10 staffers and 50 children should be present at the same time. And policymakers are scrambling to help displaced workers, closed bars and restaurants, and others who are reeling from this COVID-19 pandemic. But first, a look at the very specific latest numbers on coronavirus from state health officials. Here's Keely Arthur.
Eric, those numbers continue to grow as more people across our state are tested. The number of positive cases in Wisconsin is now at 106 officially. That's according to the Department of Health Services. Since the first positive test in Dane County in early February, almost 1,600 people have now been tested statewide. A little less than half of those cases are coming out of Milwaukee County, 47. 23 of the cases are in Dane County. No other county in our viewing area as of this afternoon had any other positive cases. Now nationally, we are at more than 7,000 cases, 115 deaths, with the most coming from those states that we saw community transmission in: Washington, New York, and California. Eric?
Keely, thank you. The coronavirus pandemic continues to sweep the globe at an alarming rate. More than 214,000 confirmed cases now. In Italy, another spike in deaths has brought the death toll there to more than 2,500. Spain is seeing a jump in new infections even after a countrywide shutdown. Authorities confirmed nearly 1,000 new cases overnight. Desperate travelers are clogging European borders as they rush to get back home before those borders are slammed shut to control the spread of the virus. Wisconsin's top elections official says the state could face a litany of problems if it holds its spring election as scheduled, despite the coronavirus crisis. Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator Megan Wolf sent a memo to commissioners today outlining problems with not postponing the April 7th election and presidential primary, including a shortage of absentee envelopes, a possible disruption in mail service, and the risk of exposing elderly poll workers and voters to the disease. Governor Tony Evers has said he wants the election to go on as scheduled. The Elections Commission is currently in an emergency meeting discussing the challenges. Business closings and layoffs are increasing every day now. It's leaving a lot of people worried about their finances and asking the major question, will I still get paid? Jamie Perez got some of the most common questions about that answered today.
If you're not concerned about the virus itself, you might be concerned about the consequences it brings, especially when it comes to your paycheck.
If you have to lay off workers, please encourage your employees to apply for unemployment insurance as soon as possible.
Caleb Frostman with the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development says if you lose your job during this pandemic, you are eligible for unemployment benefits, including insurance. But he encourages employers to keep people employed if possible by reducing their work hours so at least they can apply for work-share benefits. For the small businesses losing money right now, Missy Hughes with the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation says state and federal agencies are working on that as we speak.
And we expect within the next 48 hours or so that the SBA will have resources available for businesses to apply for Small Business Administration economic injury disaster loans. Those loans are typically $2 million or less. They're often long-term, even 30-year loans with low interest, and they are available to employers of 500 employees or less.
And for businesses even smaller than that, a $5 million grant is available to the most vulnerable working population.
A maximum of $20,000 for 2 months worth of fixed expenses, so things like payroll or rent.
Right now, they're working on an emergency waiver so those who apply for these options who are living paycheck to paycheck don't have to wait a week for them to kick in. In Madison, Jamie Perez, News 3 Now.
And they are still working to pull even more resources than that for all the struggling businesses right now. There's more information about how you can apply for those benefits online at channel3000.com. 7 members of Wisconsin's congressional delegation said the state was running critically low on needed medical equipment to combat the spread of the virus and asked the federal government for immediate help. Lawmakers sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to request respirators, surgical masks, face shields, surgical gowns, coveralls, and gloves from the National stockpile. Everyone in the state's delegation signed that letter except Republican Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner and Glenn Grothman. With all 50 states now reporting cases of coronavirus, President Trump is invoking a federal provision to marshal resources to combat the growing health crisis.
We've never had to even think in terms of these numbers, but we need millions of masks, and all of that will be ordered. We need respirators. We need ventilators is a big thing because it's a complex piece of equipment.
The President also announced 2 hospital ships will be mobilized to ease the strain on healthcare systems. The USNS Comfort will be heading to New York. The U.S. and Canada also agreed to close the northern border to all non-essential traffic. The Treasury Department would like to start issuing direct payments to Americans by next month based on income and family size, with a second wave of payments in May, but Congress still has to finalize it. And just over an hour ago, the U.S. Senate passed the coronavirus aid package in a 90-8 vote. The legislation will give billions of dollars for free coronavirus testing, paid sick leave, and expanding safety net spending. The bill first passed in the Democratic-controlled House on Saturday. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson was among the 8 no votes today. That bill now goes to President Trump's desk for his signature. Ford, General Motors, Fiat Chrysler, Honda, and Toyota all confirmed they'll temporarily shut down all of their North American factories due to the coronavirus threat. The move by Detroit's big 3 automakers will idle about 150,000 workers. They likely will receive supplemental pay in addition to state unemployment benefits. The 2 checks combined will about equal what the workers normally make. Shelters are keeping some of our most vulnerable community members safe and healthy during this time, but they need your help. Madeline O'Neill live downtown with how homeless shelters are responding to COVID-19. Maddie?
Eric, if we get sick, most of us can self-quarantine. But what about those who don't have homes? This is making homeless shelters all the more important, but they're having trouble keeping up.
There are things that we're managing right now that could very quickly fall apart.
As we're told to stay home, staff at Porchlight are helping those who don't have anywhere to go. An average of 130 men a night at its 3 overnight church shelters, 140 over the past 3 days.
We have essential services that cannot stop in a crisis situation.
But Executive Director Carla Tennis says essential supplies like masks, gloves, and hand sanitizer are nearly gone. They're low on staff, and the social distancing recommendation of 6 feet apart isn't possible.
We are full. People are sitting on mats on the floor. They're inches apart. We just don't have the space.
The Salvation Army is facing similar challenges, sheltering about 40 women and 22 families a night, doing its best to keep beds 6 feet apart, reduce face-to-face interactions, and provide more hand sanitizer. But at the end of the day, offering resources comes first.
The Salvation Army is the only emergency family shelter and emergency women's shelter in all of Dane County. So if people can't come here, there's no other place to go.
At Porchlight, Tennis says they plan to start screening for symptoms at intake, but currently lack the supplies. She's also pushing city, county, and state officials to find a larger site to use as an emergency shelter, like the Line Energy Center, so they can quarantine if necessary, and give those without a home the same protections as everyone else.
So many things need to happen in order for us to do this well. Right now, we're just surviving.
Some other concerns include volunteers who are older, how long they can continue helping out, making food, especially with restaurants being closed, the worry of getting food delivered. The shelters are working with health officials during this rapidly changing situation. They're stressing that they will remain open. Now, if you're able to help out with any of these very needed items, we have some ways you can do that on our website right now, channel3000.com.
Maddie O'Neill, live downtown Madison. Maddie, thank you. The American Red Cross is really feeling the impact of COVID-19. The organization tells us it has a severe blood shortage due to the number of blood drives that have been canceled during the coronavirus outbreak.
Up to about 4,000 Red Cross blood drives that have been canceled in the last week or so due to the coronavirus. And what's more staggering is the fact that it's resulting in more than 100,000 fewer donations.
Now in Wisconsin alone, 118 drives have been canceled. To sign up to donate blood, all you have to do is go to redcrossblood.org. In response, the Madison water utility is exempting late payment fees until further notice. The company says it's asking customers who are still able to pay their municipal bill on time to continue doing so. Madison water utility says it never disconnects consumers for late payments. Shopping centers in our area are adjusting their hours due to COVID-19. Festival Food says starting today, all 24-hour locations will now close at midnight and then reopen at 5 a.m. They are also recommending that their elderly guests or those with compromised immune systems visit the location between 5 and 7 in the morning, if at all possible. Target is also adjusting its store hours. Starting today, all stores will close at 9 p.m. Target is also reserving the first hour of shopping each Wednesday at all of its stores nationwide to those vulnerable guests. That also includes the elderly and those with underlying health concerns. We have a list of local grocery stores and their hourly changes on our website, channel3000.com. A local grocery store is thanking customers for helping them out in a time of need. Kanaki's Foods on Old Middleton Road in Madison says usually they're very busy this time of the year. They help serve meats to over 65 bars and restaurants in the area, usually during the boys' high school basketball tournament in Madison, as well as the NCAA tournament. Those bars stock up on meat from them, but when COVID-19 canceled the basketball tournaments, Kanaki's had hundreds of pounds in meat that they simply needed to get rid of.
Put it on special, and we put it on Facebook, and we did a little advertising, and we put it on our website. And all our people that were putting it or see us or knew us, because we have a lot of locals and a lot of regulars that come down here and support us, and they're all passed it out of their Facebook pages. So yesterday we sold about 1,000 pounds of burger out of here, and we got rid of quite a bit of what we needed to get rid of.
Kanaki says he thinks there's going to be a big jump in meat prices because the supply is starting to dwindle. With volunteer shifts canceled, the Dane County Humane Society is looking for help reducing the number of animals at the shelter in need of daily care. The Humane Society closed for regular business hours to help limit the spread of coronavirus, but staff members are facilitating adoptions by appointment. The nonprofit also has temporarily suspended its transfer program, which previously allowed them to bring in 20 to 40 dogs a week.
Very much limiting our intake just to keep that daily population of animals as low as possible. If people need resources, please contact us. We'll help you as much as we can, but we're trying to keep animals from coming into us.
Humane Society representatives say they will still take in strays and owner surrenders in emergency situations, but ask that people call them first. They also ask that those looking to adopt search their website for a specific animal to meet before scheduling an appointment. On Wall Street, we have fallen below 20,000 now for the Dow, losing another 1,338.5 points today. The Nasdaq off 345 points. The S&P 500 falls 131.
Well, we started out today with some snow, and tomorrow will be mild enough for a severe thunderstorm and heavy rain threat in the afternoon and evening. Colder weather and perhaps a little more light snow returns by Friday morning. I'll have a first warn forecast in just a few minutes.
4 days only, Friday through Monday. Take an extra 30% off all clearance items. Plus, get our lowest finance offer store-wide. Look at what $5.99 or just $10 a month buys. And get free shipping with no minimum. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
For the first time ever, Ashley Home Store, the #1 retailer of furniture and mattresses in the USA, is hosting a nationwide $500 million inventory blowout sale. Find doorbusters up to 75% off store-wide while they last. Plus, on top of our already low sale prices, take 3 years to pay with no interest financing, even on clearance and smart buy items. Get historic mattress deals on the best brands. This is the biggest nationwide furniture and mattress sale ever to hit the U.S. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Spectrum Mobile is a better way to mobile. First, we deliver the fastest overall speeds and the most reliable mobile service, coast to coast. Now, we're bringing you 5G, and it's only going to get better. We're extending our network every day so we can offer you the best experience. That means faster speeds, so you can do whatever you want, wherever you are. 5G is here. Spectrum Mobile.
4 days only, Friday through Monday. Take an extra 30% off all clearance items. Plus, get our lowest finance offer store-wide. Look at what $5.99 or just $10 a month buys. And get free shipping with no minimum. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Hi, everyone. Thursday marks the first day of spring, and Hattie has a warm day in store for us. She'll have the latest First Warn forecast.
And if you're struggling with working from home while also trying to parent, we'll have some advice. See you at 4:30.
For the latest coronavirus reports and breaking news, watch News 3 now and go to Channel 3000 to sign up for our daily email newsletter. Get the facts and tips to keep your family safe. News 3 now, your local coronavirus headquarters.
Mount Horeb man is dead after a house fire this morning. That fire department says it happened in the 500 block of Linda Road. It was about 11:40. Officials say they received a call of a house fire and that a man was possibly trapped inside. Firefighters say the man was found dead, but no one else was injured. The victim has not yet been identified. The cause of that fire remains under investigation. Madison police say 3 teens crashed into a gas pump after stealing a car last night. The crash happened just before midnight. This was at the Quick Trip located on Maple Grove Drive. Madison police say no fuel leaked from that damaged pump, but the car's front bumper was damaged during that incident. The teens took off running from the convenience store after the crash. Officers say the vehicle had been stolen earlier in the night from nearby Canterbury Road. A 5.7 magnitude earthquake rattled north central Utah early today, knocking out power for tens of thousands, closing the Salt Lake City airport. The epicenter of that shock was located in the northwestern Salt Lake Valley. The earthquake widely felt throughout north central Utah. It's been followed by numerous aftershocks, including 21 of them that are magnitude 3.0 or larger just during the first hour, and 2 others that were magnitude 4.0 or larger.
This is extremely bad timing because we already have the coronavirus issue that's going on right now, which is causing a lot of anxiety as it is, and certainly Mother Nature has no, I guess, reference point for additional challenges that we face here today.
The governor said there were no injuries reported. He said experts do not expect a larger earthquake to rattle the area over the next week or 2. According to the Utah Division of Emergency Management, today's earthquake is the largest to hit the state since back in 1992. Well, let's get a look at our First Warn weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast. Gary?
Eric, it's been kind of an interesting day. We started out with rain that switched over to snow for a time and came down pretty heavily for an hour or 2 this morning before it started to mix with rain and then come to an end. And you can see the effect. The area that got some snow, seeing temperatures a few degrees colder than areas to the south or to the north. And in fact, you take a look at the live view from the WISC sky camera. We had it pointed down before. We're just getting some light rain and fog right now, but the Platteville Queen Bee radio sky cam not showing any snow on the ground there. So we still have a little bit of light snow on the ground here across the west side of Madison. Now we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow afternoon and evening. For what? We go from snow to the threat for severe weather. A few severe thunderstorms with high winds, hail, and heavy rain possibility tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Can't even rule out an isolated tornado, although the tornado threat will probably be a little higher farther to our south and west. On Doppler track, the snow and rain from this morning shift off to the east. Might see a stray shower tonight, but tomorrow that severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk of severe thunderstorms from Madison southward, a marginal risk to the north, and enhanced risk across much of Iowa, where the threat will be from high straight line winds with fast-moving thunderstorms in the afternoon. When they reach us, it'll be during the late afternoon and evening hours. That might limit the severe weather threat somewhat. The hail threat also there, although, again, the highest threat will be across the southern parts of our viewing area. And while the tornado threat is higher to the south and west across much of Iowa. Still, it's not out of the question. There could be an isolated tornado across southern Wisconsin if we get warm enough and we get enough wind shear to do that. Also, heavy rain is also a possibility. You can see the computer models showing perhaps somewhere between an inch and an inch-and-a-half of rain generally across southern Wisconsin, with some localized 2-inch amounts in excess of 2 inches in heavier thunderstorms. And then the wintry part of the storm could bring several inches of snow accumulation from southern Minnesota through northwestern Wisconsin, and maybe as much as an inch or two north and west of the Dells by early on Friday morning. Otherwise, 3 things to know in the forecast: chance of showers tonight, thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then as we turn colder, that'll switch back to a mix of rain and snow or some light snow early on Friday morning before that comes to an end. On weather track, the first surge of moisture has shifted off to the east, a lot of low clouds in between. The one limiting factor for severe weather might be getting some sunshine to warm things up a little bit more than forecast, but you can see the main part of the storm will be rapidly moving northeast along the jet stream. And notice how the jet stream kind of widens out. That helps to lift the air. We call that difluence. So you get winds from the southwest above the ground, and at the ground, the winds will be from the south and southeast. So that also gives us the wind shear that could cause thunderstorms to rotate. So again, it's early in the season, but it's not out of the question. There could be some severe weather, especially to our south, but maybe as far north as southern Wisconsin. Right now, things are chilly, but south of these fronts, temperatures are quite a bit warmer, in the 60s and 70s. We're not going to get that warm, but getting into the mid-50s is certainly enough to possibly bring us the threat for some severe weather. Right now, our winds are from the east and southeast, and that's keeping temperatures cool, plus a little bit of snow on the ground. But you can see just a shower chance tonight into tomorrow morning. Then as we get into tomorrow afternoon, notice those winds going from the southeast to a more southerly direction. That's when you see the thunderstorms start to move through. But just as quickly, here's the cold front. And as that sweeps through, we'll see one more round of thunderstorms in the evening. Then the precipitation changes to a mix of light rain and snow before it comes to an end. And then by Friday afternoon, we'll probably see some clearing with temperatures only in the 30s for Friday. So for tomorrow, look for showers and some thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. High temperature at 56. That might not occur until tomorrow evening. And again, the rainfall amounts could be somewhere in the 1 inch to 1.5 inch range, mainly from tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening before things wind down after that. That could lead to some localized flooding. Otherwise, 7 to 10 day forecast, the mix of rain and snow will end on Friday morning. Saturday will be chilly. Sunday, we're back up to 42, and then some rain shower chances from Monday night into Tuesday. Some thunderstorms about Thursday of next week, and then Friday, the showers coming to an end with temperatures actually slightly above normal for the end of next week. As we take a look at first warn traffic, again, day by day, this is the view of the Beltline at Park Street. You know what it looks like normally at this time. You can see very little traffic out there as things are really calming down out there because of the coronavirus and people staying at home. No problems right now on any part of the Beltline. Not seeing any accidents. Same thing at I-39, 90, 94. Right now, 15 minutes on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate. 14 minutes back in the westbound direction. 25 minutes at Janesville on I-39, 90. 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and only 13 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. At your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Yeah, those roads are something. Gary, thank you. We're going to change things up a bit here next. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5 ESPN. Did you see this today? They released a simulated bracket for the big dance. We'll show you where the Badgers finished up. That's just ahead.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Pills. You crush them. Kind of. Kale. You eat it for breakfast. Sometimes. You go far to eliminate stubborn fat, but sometimes life gets in the way. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to CoolSculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
After 30 years, Wisconsin Craft Market is closing its doors forever. Get unbelievable craft deals now. Shop our going out of business sale. Hurry in for the best selection at Wisconsin Craft Market.
Choosing a window replacement company is tough. We asked our customers why they love their new Champion windows.
Working with Champion was such a great experience that they've made our home much more comfortable now. We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Right now, Champion Comfort 365 windows are buy two, get one free. Plus, buy now and pay nothing for a year.
I love my new Champion windows.
Let Champion help you fall in love with your home. Book your free in-home consultation online or call 888-930-CHAMPION today.
It's the SUV for all you love, the 2020 Subaru Forester at Don Miller. Get the Forester Advantage with Subaru EyeSight Driver Assist technology and blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Forester Premium $269 per month plus tax. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $1969 due at signing. No security deposit. The Forester all-wheel drive plus MPG. Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller. You take care now. Bye, Jen.
You did it. You told her that during Steinhoffel's employee family price sale, everyone gets the employee discount.
I couldn't do it.
Give me one good reason why. Is that me?
Steinhoffel's employee family price sale has been extended. This is your last chance to get 40% off on the largest selection of the best brands at the best prices. It's Steinhoffel's employee family price sale.
There's always next year.
Or never.
Only the 5 and Up lineup from Pizza Hut lets you get some of these, a bunch of these, or all of these. Starting at just $5 each when you choose 2 or more. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Every woman's health story is different. Every woman is unique. At Upland Hills Health, we make sure your health story is all about you. To be your best at every age.
We provide comprehensive women's health services. Our team is dedicated to you.
From medical questions to checkups, trust your care to Upland Hills Health. We're just down the road, so you can be where you need to be when you need to be there. Upland Hills Health. We help write new health stories every day.
How to keep foreign meddlers out of our elections. Thursday at 10.
Of course, sports still on hold due to the coronavirus pandemic, but ESPN is releasing a projection on how they think the men's NCAA tournament would have played out. This is kind of painful but fun at the same time. An ESPN simulation had the Badgers as a 4 seed taking on North Texas in round 1. Simulation predicted the Badgers moving on to round 2, where they then took on the 12 seed Liberty and defeated the Flames as well in round 2. So to the Sweet 16 we go, and it was a matchup of 2 Wisconsin teams, the Badgers against Marquette. And the Badgers would again be victorious over the Golden Eagles. Now on to the Elite 8. It was a rematch of the 2015 national title game between Wisconsin and Duke. And that simulation said Demetric Trice would hit a 3-pointer to win the game for the Badgers, sending them to the Final Four. That's where Wisconsin would face Maryland. In that one, it was Brad Davison's game-winning 3 that took the Badgers to the title game, where they somehow took on BYU of all teams. And the Badgers would advance and win the national championship. Fun to think about, but painful at the same time, like I said. All right, to the NFL. Free agency today continues to take off. Nothing big going on in Green Bay, but in Chicago, the Bears have a new quarterback, acquiring Nick Foles from the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 2020 4th-round pick. ESPN's Adam Schefter says Foles has restructured his contract to join the Bears, still with 3 years left on it, though, $21 million guaranteed. But Foles now has the ability to void that deal after either the first 2 years, depending on his performance. Who knows what it means for Mitch Trubisky, right? All right, we'll have a final check of your forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for only $239. Just $239 at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Start your next project and save big money now at Menards. Over 230 in-stock Fight electric LED bulbs are on sale. Get these 10 packs of LED 60-watt equivalent bulbs for only $10.99 each. Find your style with over 50 in-stock Patriot Lighting ceiling fans on sale. This LED 52-inch Lincoln Park ceiling fan comes in an oil-rubbed bronze finish. Right now, only $59.99. These deals are going on now during Menards Think Spring Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. We know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to people my age, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together. It's families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
It happened so fast. I was thrown to the ground. His hands were around my neck, choking me. I escaped with my life, only to be left in the dark by the justice system. I felt pushed aside, like I didn't matter. My abuser had more rights than I did. We can change that. Marcy's Law will give victims a voice and guarantee we have equal rights. Stand up for crime victims. Vote yes on additional rights for crime victims.
Your business is made from your DNA. Your blood, your sweat, your tears. From a gleam in your eye, you gave it what it needed to grow into the pride and joy it has become. You wouldn't dream of letting anything bad happen to it, so you lavish it with love and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend.
Save at Wild East Town Honda on over 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive Pilot with leather and sunroof for only $329. Just $329 at Wild East Town Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, the president declares war against the coronavirus as closures hit the auto industry. Could we be heading to 20% unemployment? Plus, we want to talk about mental health, so we talked to a psychologist about what we can do to manage stress and anxiety during this pandemic. Also, how one distillery is tweaking its recipe to pitch in during the crisis. There's a lot of news, and we're all in this together. So join us tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti rejoins us. Final check of the forecast.
Well, the first batch of showers is moving out. We'll see just a chance for showers overnight. But again, there is a threat for severe weather tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Slight risk of severe thunderstorms from Madison southward, a marginal risk farther to the north, and also the potential for some heavy rainfall of perhaps an inch to an inch and a half or more of rain across southern Wisconsin. Could be some light snow late Thursday night, Friday morning. Areas that would be most likely to see accumulations will be north and west of the Dells, and that should melt pretty quickly.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us. Charlotte now return in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.